What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, we got our best beginner's guide for the brand new mobile game, Immortal Rising. Like and subscribe for more amazing mobile gaming content. First thing we gotta go over is our coupon code. I'm not quite sure if this is 100% what happened, but when I first started the game, I was entering the code and it was not working. But then I noticed that once I did get a little bit further and I kind of unlocked all of these additional menus, then when I went and entered the code, it actually did show up. So I just want to point that out in case you do go ahead and enter the code too early on and it doesn't work. Just wait till you just get a little bit further in the game and just unlock all of the menus like you'll see in this top right corner, and then go ahead and try and enter the code again. It does work 100%. I went ahead and I used it, so it is going to work. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up your menu area, go to settings, and then right here it says coupon, and we are going to type in all capital letters global immortal, GLOBALIMMORTAL, right there. And then you're just going to click confirm, and there. All right, next up I want to go over some tips and tricks. First thing that is super duper important about this game is presets. You want to make sure you go ahead and set up presets for different aspects of the game, because there are a lot of different builds that you kind of need to go through. You need to kind of be switching constantly between them. Some ones that I recommend are going to be one that is strictly for farming XP and gold. That's going to be kind of like when you're just having the game run, kind of like now how I am. Another one you're going to want to have is for bosses. There's specific skills and stuff that you're going to want. I'm going to go over all these builds that I did really quick, and then also other additional ones for like different dungeons. I have one for Goblin where I want to do like super fast. And then there's also just some other builds, but I just want to go over these three or these two that I made really quick. So we'll go over to our inventory. For my farming weapon, you're going to want to choose one of these like swords, because you get this additional trait. So all the swords have this special trait where you'll see it says area damage increased by a percentage. This is the only weapon that has that area damage effect. You take a look at the bows just do extra damage. The bows are really good for when you're doing your boss battles. When I have my boss build, I actually have a bow, and then when I have my farming build, I make sure I go ahead and put a sword for that. The other weapon you can also have is the dagger. This gives you an increase to your critical chance and your weapon block. I haven't found out which type of gameplay or game modes this is good for just yet, but this is kind of something that you could also use for like boss builds as well, but I kind of prefer the extra damage when I'm doing the boss builds. Another thing that you also have to go over is your substats. Now this is another super duper important aspect of this game, is called options. So right here it says change options. You're going to need these rune dice to go ahead and re-roll your substats. So what I do is, since I have dedicated weapons for different game modes, I'm going to specifically be looking for those options when I'm re-rolling my substats. So for this instance, this weapon, I know I'm going to be strictly using it to farm XP and gold. So for my substats, I went ahead and just kept re-rolling until I got bonus experience and gold find. Now these are only A's. They can go up higher to like an S tier. You'll see S tier is the highest at a 1% chance, but I was kind of just like, all right, I got 2 A's. I was like, I'll just hold off for now. But ideally you want to try and get these in an S tier. And then I went ahead and I did kind of the same thing with my rings. You'll see that I also have bonus experience points and gold find as well, again on my ring for farming. I actually want to try and get the gold find up to an A because it's kind of low at a B, so I'm going to be re-rolling that shortly. Now, if we take a look at this other ring, you'll see that I have critical chance and boss damage. This is the ring that I use for my boss builds. And a really important thing I want to mention about your active skills, passive skills, is just because you unlock one of these like double S's or even an S tier doesn't mean that you should always equip it, because there are certain skills that aren't necessarily a high rank, but they're better for certain game modes. So if I'm farming experience points and gold, I don't want to put this on, you know, holy damage reduction increased by a percentage and I become immune to all CC effects. You know, having this on my farm build is pretty much useless, even though it is a double S. Now, when it comes to like unlocking additional stuff, one thing that I want to mention that's really important is for your upgrade area. When we go to our traits, the ones that you want to immediately unlock is going to be your bonus experience and also your gold find. So these ones down here, these do not unlock until you reach a certain level. You do have the option, however, to use your diamonds to instantly kind of bypass that free unlock for that level limit. So these ones are worth going ahead and spending your diamonds on, because the bonus experience is going to get you so far ahead if you immediately unlock it. So that's what I did. Is as soon as I came in here and I saw that, I went ahead, I used my diamonds, I unlocked the bonus experience and the gold find, and I dumped a ton of my trait points in there. You'll see my bonus experience is maxed out at level 150, so I'm just leveling up so much faster. Really helps early game to just instantly unlock that. All right, I'm back. I don't know what happened. My camera keeps freezing. For our awakened ability, you pretty much just re-roll until you get all S tiers. What I went with was bonus experience, again, because I want to level up as fast as possible. But item find is another one that is super duper important, and there is actually one specific quest that requires you to get an item find of 50%. So that's one that you really want to look out for, and there isn't a ton of ways early game to kind of increase your item find. So for your awakened ability, definitely be on the lookout for item find S tier just to get that extra percentage. And then finally, for my pet, I went ahead and I have this one where it says, when killing the enemy, get a 1% chance of acquiring 3,000% additional gold. So this is the one that I go ahead and I use when I'm farming experience points and just gold. And then I also threw this one in to just kind of get the additional bonus stats as well. One area that's really important is going to be your raids, because you need to obtain these awakened stones in order to kind of awaken your character and advance them to higher ranks. One of the things that you want to do is make sure you just go ahead and take a lot of stun effects, silence effects, anything that's going to help take down the soul shield. So for that instance, I have my boss build right there. When it comes to spending your diamonds, the best way is going to be going ahead and unlocking that experience and those gold find like I mentioned earlier. But when it comes to summoning, ones that I am going to suggest is the skills. I think the very most important thing is you need to at least try and unlock all the skills, especially because you're going to be using different skills for different builds. So you're going to need skills that have that CC effect, so that way you can go ahead and do those raids, so that way you can get those awakening materials to awaken your characters. So I would say summoning for skills is probably my #1 bet. I came in here and I did a ton. The other thing that I also have to mention is I went ahead and I bought one pack. The only pack I bought was the $6.99 pack that actually removes ads, and it is so amazing because with your summons daily, you have the option to go ahead and watch ads to do like free summons, like 10 summons for each one. So, I mean, it saves you so much time if you just go ahead and spend the $7 and just erase the ads, because basically what I do is I come in here and I just get instant stuff, and I just go here and like this. I don't have to watch some dopey 30-second ad. I just come in here, I bang out all of these free summons. Look, we got some S's, we got some more S's, so fast, and just come in here and do this. So definitely highly recommend, if you can buy one pack, buy the $7 pack that removes the ads. Skills, #1. And then pets is also pretty important, because it's kind of difficult to get a decent pet in this game. There is a dungeon that you can kind of go through and get pets, but it takes you a while to kind of get those keys to really get decent pets. So this is definitely one that you really want to look out for. When it comes to weapons and rings, you can kind of get weapons and rings fairly easy in the game just from grinding and playing. You can do a few summons just to kind of get yourself started, but this is one that I wouldn't go super duper crazy on, just because there's a lot of ways to get weapons and rings and gear and stuff, whereas it's a lot more difficult to get skills, to get pets. But that's pretty much it. A lot to cover in this game. I might make additional videos, like more in-depth videos on certain spots. Just quick stuff, a lot to go over. Stay happy, stay safe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.